Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm AndyRC and today I was meant to be comparing the FIMI A3 against the DJI Spark. However, I may have found a potential problem because I fired up the FIMI A3 and the camera fogged up, and there must be some heat coming from behind the camera and it is fogging it up. Now, it is 1 degree C here today, and that is going to be the case all day according to the weather. So I've left it outside for a bit and I'm hoping that maybe it can get used to the cold and then it won't fog up. Now I'm just going to throw in an edit here before you all go and cancel your pre-orders, because I have talked to FIMI and they know what is causing the issue. It is heat from the camera's sensor and it is fogging up the lens protector at the front, and they have reassured me that they are going to fix this problem and the version that goes out to customers will not have this problem. And that is all part of the prototype testing that I get involved with. You know, I find problems and I report back to the company and it improves it for you guys. Now, it did take some time for the lens to fog up, so I still think we can take something away from this video, but I would also say take it with a pinch of salt, because the customer version is going to be different than this one, and hopefully I'm going to be able to get my hands on that one so I can test it properly. Now, a video like this could spark up, pun intended, a mass debate, also pun intended, from the DJI fan kingdom. And I own pretty much all of the modern DJI models. So I have got a P4, I've got a P4 Pro, I've got a Mavic 1, a Mavic Air and a Spark. And one thing that annoys me about DJI is they are so ahead of the game that they can change the colour of a copter and call it a different model, such as the Platinum version or the Obsidian version, and that is because there is no competition. So I don't class myself as in this DJI fan kingdom, and I think it is good to have competition. And for me, no pun intended, the Xiaomi Mi came very close to competing with DJI at a fraction of the price. And even though this model, other than the camera solution being the same, I think it is good to have competition. The problem is this DJI fan kingdom, you cannot change their mind. Anyways, that is my rant over. Let's get back to the video. Okay, well, it's ready to take off, so I'm going to try and be quick and see what happens. So I'm going to take the copter up and give it a bit of height, just so that we have something to compare before it fogs up, or if it fogs up at all. It might just be that it needs to get used to the cold. However, I'm not so sure. We will soon find out. It's quite difficult to see on the screen actually, because the sun is out. But let's just pan around here. There's absolutely no heat coming from the sun whatsoever, so that's not going to help at all. If we have a look down here, and let's take it up in height a little bit. Now, it might be the case that the Spark does the same, and that would be a shame, because I wanted to test out some of the features of this guy a little bit more. But it's only going to get colder from this point in this country. So it's looking okay there, but if I lift up the gimbal, can we see any mist? I can't see any on the screen. So maybe it did just need to get used to the cold, right? So what I'm going to do is bring it back down, and I'm going to have a look to see if I can see anything on the lens. Let's just pan up and see if we can spot anything. Yeah, that has fogged up, look. If I turn the GoPro around and look at that house, then it's pretty clear on the GoPro, or it should be, unless the GoPro's fogged up as well. But if I bring the copter lower, let's see how close I can get to the lens. That has definitely fogged up. Let's bring it in for a landing and see if the Spark does the same. Even though I don't think these two should be compared against each other. The only thing they've got in common is the camera. As I pointed out, I think this thing has more things in common with the Hubsan 501, with the screen and the 5.8 analog video. Now, I think it should go without saying that the Spark should have better video and certainly better position hold, with it having optical flow, and that is the case. But it's twice the price of this guy here. But let's see if the camera steams up. It's looking okay so far. Let's see if I can get similar shots as to the FIMI A3. One thing I noticed with the Spark is that with sharp movements you do tend to notice a slight judder or blur as the electronic stabilization is put into place. Trying to be smooth here, but it's freezing. It does not seem to be steaming up. Something else that is a bit of a downside with the A3 as well is that because it's analog video, then you can't really see the colors as you can on the screen of an iPhone, because you are seeing the exact picture that you are recording. But to be fair to the FIMI, here it is half the price. But let's just pan around. I do like the Spark. And it is worth the money, for sure. As you can see, it's not a misty day at all. We even have the sun and blue sky. Let's go up a little bit higher, why not? meters there. Have a turn around. Still dark though, can you see? Even on a sunny day, this is as bright as it gets. And I thought, I know, it's a sunny day, this will be a great day to do a comparison and Wow. The A3 isn't performing in the cold. I don't know why that's happened this year. All of these camera drones have been released in the winter, and it's horrible to fly them outside. The Spark just holds its position, rock steady, just as where I took off. It is absolutely freezing. My hands are red and purple. Poor me, eh? Anyways, let's bring this guy in for a landing. And I'm gonna have to let FIMI know that you cannot fly their copter in cold weather. So yeah, there you go. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.